WBTA if I told my wife to get off her phone and take care of the baby. Drop a like and be sure to follow for more. So, WIBTA if I told my wife to get off her phone and take care of the baby. The title basically says it all, but to add some detail, we have an 11 months old. I work full time. My wife stays home indefinitely taking care of the baby. That was a mutually agreed arrangement that couldn't work any other way, as her income would have been less than half of mine. I would love to stay home if that was feasible. My wife seems to have a common these days phone addiction, where she will be glued to the screen for hours, either watching reels, videos, or messaging or exchanging audio messages with friends. I have no problem with that. I'm on my phone often myself. It is what it is. That's the way most of us decompress in 2025. But I do see the difference in our ability to snap out of it. I'm on my phone in my downtime, and I can drop it at a moment's notice, for example, because the baby crawled to me or there is something to do. My wife, on the other hand, tunes out completely and doesn't see or hear anything around her. I also tend to pick my phone when work is done, the house is clean, and the baby is asleep while she is on it in the middle of things, as we are going somewhere, getting ready, cleaning, putting baby to sleep, etc. She is also on her phone a lot when I'm leaving for work, and it's actually time to be actively engaged with the baby. To the point where the baby might be crawling after me as I'm closing the door or running to me as soon as I come back, which is stressing me out a lot. I also notice it a lot when I'm driving and my wife is in the back seat on a baby duty, but actually completely ignoring any crying or screaming. Again, to the point that I have to reach back and give a pacifier or sing a song to get the baby to calm down as I drive. She gets very defensive whenever that's brought up, either turning it into, well, you are using your phone as well, or, well, that's for work because she does some side projects online. Which is fair, but the amount of the time she spends and the money it brings is nowhere close to making it worth it, nor is it actually taking most of her time on the phone. WTA for calling it out and saying that she needs to at least put in 8 hours of phone-free baby time every day, and then we can split the evenings. Update, since this is getting out of hand and I can't engage with everyone. 1. The question is framed in a provocative manner because this sub requires a clear conflict spelled out. No, I'm not actually looking to police my wife's phone time, but directionally, I am concerned with the balance between baby needs, self-care via doom scrolling. 2. I am not expecting 24/7 attention on the baby from my wife or myself. That wouldn't be possible or healthy. But I do think there is a time for naps, meals, independent play, active play, plus need for passive supervision for safety reasons and soothing as required, and the conflict seems to be in where to strike the right balance. 3. I'm not talking about neglect. Obviously, the baby is healthy and clean and well-fed and is hitting all the milestones. That doesn't mean, though, that she is getting sufficient face-to-face time, including reading, playing, singing, being held, etc. 4. Might be a cultural regional norm, but I wasn't even aware that sitting in the back with the baby in the car or letting them sleep in the stroller/outside can be weird to anyone. In any case, we are in agreement about that with my wife, so that's not an issue for us. Baby is happy with it too. 5. I don't think crying it out is a legitimate parenting approach, and my wife doesn't think that it is either. But she ends up unintentionally using it if distracted by the phone, which when I'm there means I need to drop anything I'm doing and tend to the baby. Or if I'm not there, results potentially in an inconsolably crying baby, which I'm not a fan of. 6. I'm not the dad of the year, nor attempt to look like one, but I do a significant portion of childcare and am very involved. Obviously, everybody is still going to project whatever their partner/their gender stereotype is telling them, so I can't argue with everyone about my actual level of involvement. The issue is really about when I'm not there, so what I'm doing when I am there might make it more or less fair, but won't fix it.